Well, good morning. I was hoping for better weather. I kind of knew we weren't going to get this good weather. But, it is what it is, isn't it? As long as the boat floats, I'll take anything Mother Nature will throw at me right now. We've got to welcome a new lugger to the fleet. We've got 4 luggers here now. This is a new one. It's owned by a guy called Kevin, and I know he watches the channel, so hi Kevin. And he's just brought this down. It's brand new to Kevin, so here it is. Here she is, and she looks all right, doesn't she? That trailer's nice, I have to say that. He's got a proper heavy-duty trailer, which is good. And it's really interesting as well. Look, no side rollers, and just the 4. Oh no, he's got 8 rollers each side on the back. So it's very much like the new lugger over there, Draggletail. She's got this style of trailer, and yeah, it's a lot better than my trailer, actually, isn't it? We're finding. But anyway, hopefully she'll be joining us on a sail soon. More luggers the better, in my opinion. So, I tell you what, the weather is cold. It's cold. The breeze is really affecting me, and it's just this misty rain. So, I think we're just going to have to crack on, aren't we, and get on with things, really. But you do get a lot of shelter here. Right, let's get this open. So the first thing we've got to do is just check everything's here. So, and also we need to kind of work out what goes where. I was hoping for some instructions inside, but I can't see any as yet. It looks like we've got everything. Obviously 4 rollers, or 4 sets of rollers. 2 of the swingy arms, which you can see on there. Those swingy arms will fit to the swinging cradle main strut via these pieces. And I've got like here 4 U-bends, whatever these are called. Loads of bolts, big washers, little ones. There we've got. Always worries me when you've got an odd number of something, but hopefully we don't. Hopefully that's an extra, because I've only got 4 of these, so that's good. Unfortunately, when I opened that bag, it ripped and loads of stuff spilled on the floor, but it was quite shiny, and I'm pretty sure I picked it up. We've got 2 of these pieces, 1 for each side. They go sort of there on the sides, connect this to the side. The main strut itself. And yeah, that's it. So I think we can probably work out how it all fits together anyway. But we'll maybe have to go and have a little look online. So I've just gone and checked the repair, and I've just got the boat prepped, got all the sails and that off. I'm just going to try and show you with the power of my telescopic hole. The repair's lovely. It's really well cured. It's nice and smooth, actually. And it's cured well because it's got that kind of slimy stuff, and I think epoxy kind of excretes this sort of, I forget what it's called, but it kind of makes it very slippy, and it's sort of cured properly if it does that, so that's good. The only thing I would say is that because there was a ridge, and it was right on the chine, there was a ridge, and I did try and fill that up with 404 filled epoxy. I'm hoping that's all full and it doesn't sort of leak out the edges of the patch, but that's exactly why I did that, and I also squeezed it into the crack as well. So time will tell. It's going straight onto my cardboard box. Try that again. So to be honest with you, I left the boat exactly how I bilge pumped her, and there's nothing coming out. So I don't think much water's got in her at all, but I'd like to get as much out as I can. So I'm going to tip the boat forwards now and just try and get rid of a little bit more of the water in her. I was told by another lugger guy, you don't need to use pliers on this. Finger tight should be more than enough. So I'm going to do it finger tight, and I'm going to just get the pliers and just give it a quickie. But I only had it finger tight all last year with a dodgy seal. So whoa, I'm pretty sure that is not leaking. I'm almost certain. Right, we've got that. We're about to find out. So I've got the boat as empty as I can get. Unfortunately, my bilge pipe goes down the starboard side, and we've got a major lean to port. But as you can see, that's not, for a lugger, that's not much water in the bilge at all. We're about level now. So let's just say if the water comes beyond the mast step, maybe we need to start thinking about worrying. But I think, like I said, we're going to be watching for water coming in here. There's not enough rain to fill that up with water, and we'll just keep our eye on it, and we'll just make some measurements. Once she's in the water, we'll be able to have a better idea of where the existing water is. So there's only one thing to do now, and that's get her in. Let me get this camera adjusted. She's in. So I just realised that this is really slippy underneath, and do you know what, I just didn't want to tempt fate. I didn't want to get my van stuck. That would have made it the big three, wouldn't it? We're not doing that. So we've got her moored up here. She's nice and secure. Yes, I've not got my things out, and I'm going to do that now. My offenders out, because it is, look at it, it's not calm, is it? I'm hoping this clearer sky coming in is going to be on cue. So I think we're about 10 o'clock, I think. Might be a lot earlier than that. But this rain's got to stop, to be honest with you, just for today. So we're going to hop on, and we're going to check the water. And then we're just going to leave it here. And yeah, I'm going to leave my trailer in the water ready, just in case, just for the next half hour. Well, look, as you can see, there's no water in there. There's a few raindrops, but what we'll be watching for is water, you know, spilling out into here. I think it will be really obvious if water's coming out through here. So that's a bit of rain now. That's me, actually. Gosh, we're getting battered about. And then what we're going to do is also, let me sit down. We're just going to check where the water line roughly is. So it's not even coming up to the plug, is it? Look there. Let's have a little look. Is that plug leaking? I don't think so. Let me give another turn with the plier, so I'll go and get that. We've got to get some fenders on the boat quickly, actually. There we go. Got the fenders on. She's much more stable now. Couple of turns. It was like a quarter of a turn on the drain plug. I've given her a good bilge pumping. Now she's lovely and flat, and there's hardly any water in the bilges, let alone the buoyancy tank. I've put some nice big stones behind the wheels here, and I've actually got rid of uncoupled that. Let's get out that water, and this is quite stable. Actually, can you see this big white scratch? That's my swinging cradle from a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, there we go. Fingers crossed. She's brilliant. She's gonna float. I've got the camera on charge in the car charger. We're just going to take this opportunity to just go and see Mochyn. There's a few things I want to do. I want to bring the road trailer home today, and because I don't want any blooming debacles over that again. Okay. Right. So you know what? So for starters, the strips underneath aren't getting wet at all, are they? So that's good. The skeg is getting a little bit damp here, but not there. And then, yeah, there is it's a shame that's dripping. The wood will take a bit of wet, you know. It takes a fair bit of wet, really, before for a long period of time before it becomes a problem. So, okay, Mochyn's going to have to just sit tight and wait. When the weather gets better, we'll start to do all this. And I don't think we can do much unless the weather picks up a little bit, you know, today. But I think even that wood now being a bit damp, I'm not going to be able to epoxy over that anyway. So, yeah, I think Mochyn's going to have to wait. Sorry, little girl. I'm so sorry. Oh. It's these things that make us stronger and make relationships better. It's not the good times, it's the hard times, isn't it, that you need in life. Right, let's go and check on Lulu and have a cup of coffee. She's been in the water for an hour. It's actually 10 o'clock. Right, I thought, because I'm down here so early, I often underestimate how long I've been down here. So, how early it is in the morning. So here she is, still looking good in the water, I must say. And exactly the same water in there as before, as far as I'm concerned. Let's go and have a look. Oh yeah, so it was literally just washing over that little, where the buckle is down there in the pulley. There was rain getting in here, but there's no water. Look at that. There's literally little splashes of rain and that's it. So we are looking good. And then let's give this a pump. Look, nothing still. That's exactly how it was. That's exactly how she was when we left her. So we're going to leave her. She's staying in the water all day today. If she's dry, so to speak, or as dry as you can get in this weather, then I think we'll put her on a mooring. I've got the trailer on here, so we're going to give her a really good once over now. We can see that's actually right there. We're going to give her a once over, and then we're going to get this swinging cradle and these things done as well. First job, I don't think that's designed to swivel actually, but it does anyway. Do these swivel? These are actually pretty good, aren't they? Does that one? Oh yeah, these are really good. These are really loose and good. So they're fine. Get a bit of WD-40 on those while we're at it. Now then, let's have a look at these rollers. And actually they do roll, don't they? It's just these washers that are rusty, but you know, I think they'll be fine. These are easy enough to do, they're just cotter pins. You just need to squeeze them together. And then they come out, and then this washer here comes out as well. So these need to kind of go on at the same time, don't they? So we need to undo these little bolts here now. That is coming off nice. There we go. Oh yeah, great. Both of those went like a dream. That's brilliant. So now we should be able to lift this whole thing off. Obviously I'm being quite careful because this is going to snap at any moment, to be frank. So let's lift it off. Just use a little bit of help. There we go, there's one side. And that's these could be reused, I guess. What we're going to do, we're going to slide it off there, and this one we can now that's coming off. Yeah, there we go. So that's the cradle removed. One thing I just want to do quickly is just measure this properly now. I think when that was pulled together, it pulled these together a little bit. So yeah, I think they're great. So let's go and get the other parts and we're going to dry fit this and see where we are. Haha! One new, oh I mean look, beautiful. Now, these don't have cotter pins and washers. These have just got a bolt, which is probably a bit better, isn't it? You don't really need a washer on this. And I assume they go that way, and that one goes that way. We put them on the same place as they came off, and we'll make sure we tap those in as we do them. Now, so we're going to take those off, those little bolts off. They come off just finger tight. And then we're going to put this swinging arm on. Now, I'm not quite sure which way round it goes. There we go. There we go. Interestingly, there's no weld at all in that, whereas this one, to get the V, has either been welded originally or has been re-welded already. So, oh, that's better. I've moved the van. We were right up there and I was getting all this southwesterly just blasting me, and I came back to the van and I realised if I just stand by the van here, I'm not getting blasted by the wind. So I moved the van, squeezed it through here with about 2 inches to spare. So I'm going to move the trailer back a little bit, and it's going to be a much more pleasant place to work. So a quick visual on Mochyn, on a Lulu. Compared to other luggers, she floats higher in the water. You can see that chine, or the lowest chine of the three, it just dips in the water amidships. That's exactly where she should be. So, she's doing well, isn't she? First thing we're going to do, just double check these are the same width back, 14 centimetres. That one needs to go back a little. You can actually see it needs to just go back a tickle. Whoa. Nearly there. 14. There you go, that's bang on. These are all the parts I got with this. So basically we've got all these big bolts. There's 2, 4, 6 of those, and then 4 of the smaller ones. And then there's these U bolts. So I'm assuming the bolts that connect the rollers on are these. They look about right. They wouldn't fit anyway, would they? Nope. So they're for the rollers. One bolt will be for under here. So one of these big bolts will be for under here. So I'm going to put them in that way round because I think that'll be better. And we'll need a washer on there, like that. And we'll need a nut. And these are nylock nuts, so they should be really good at locking. Now this doesn't need to swing at all. So those, we're going to loose fit them back through. Put those on there. So the swing arm retainer nuts go in. You put them in, drop them in like that, because if the bolt happens to come off, which it shouldn't do, you've got a fighting chance of that staying in, you know. So, you know, well, arguably the nylock lot should not come undone. Oh gosh, my hands are cold. And we're going to put these on here. These are exactly the same front, forward and backwards, so they can just go on like that. And I'm just going to make sure, I think the nuts should be on the outside. I think they're just more accessible that way. Now, do we need a washer? So I've only got those little ones. So I think, yes, we can put a washer both sides on this. It will just stop this other side from, you know, undoing the bolt. So we can put those on. That's 2 sets of rollers done. Right, so there's both of these done, just dry fitted for now. Now we've just got to get these connected to this. So these actually connect to this like this, and these go underneath like that. So actually, let's do that. I assume these need a washer. Like this. Oh, these are all these here. You can see there's 2 holes here. This then goes through here. Now, I guess you can pick. It goes to the lower one or the higher one. So that's interesting, isn't it? So when you look at the cradle over there, they look quite low. So let me go and measure that. I've got them hooked up to the lower setting. Let's have a look. That's gonna be... Did I measure it from here, didn't I? Yeah. So that's gonna be... Ooh, well that's gonna be 6. And there we go. So that's one dry cradle, kind of dry fitted. I've got a few spare washers and nuts there, but I cannot for the life of me see where the heck they would be used. So I'm pretty sure we are okay here. I think the next thing for us to do is get everything tightened up. They need to go to there. Okay. Go online, Drascum do a couple of really good videos for launching and recovering your Drascum, and you can look at their cradle, and the wheels look really close together in the middle on the bow when you get them up to the bow. So yeah. So you never know, but I think that was one of the newer heavy-duty trailers that don't have the mid-rollers. So yeah, we've still got that to do, haven't we? I've just realised. But that'll be the last job. A little bit of WD-40 just to keep them honest. There is one brand new swinging cradle, fully fitted. So I'm hoping these are on right. I put them on the lower setting here. We can raise them up a little bit, but when I looked at the fact that the wheels on these raise up by a couple of centimeters, and those were 8 centimeters, this was 6, I think we're about right there. I like the way these are quite close in the middle as well. I think they're about there. These are ready to be sized, and we've got the little marks there. Unfortunately, it's an all or nothing thing with these. They're loose or they're not. So we'll have to just get the boat on and see if we can get these set up for the boat when the boat is actually on. Other than that, we've got a brand new trailer now, haven't we? I'm really chuffed with that. And do you know what? I wonder if the trailer has been a bit awkward to get the boat on and off. I wonder if she's going to slide on and off a lot easier now. So let's go. Let me check the time. Oh, so it's 11 o'clock. That's taken me an hour and 10 minutes. Let's go and check the boat. And then, if she's looking dry, we'll do a few test runs with the trailer. Try and get her on the trailer and try and get that sorted. So I set the drone up to see if we could follow me getting the trailer into the water. Here I'm just trying to show you, actually, the trailer on its own is quite easy to handle. As long as you've got the little jog wheel down, she's fine. And actually, on a very slight incline, even with the boat on, you can still handle the boat quite easily, especially on the flat or on a very mild incline. Here, maybe not. But anyway, you can see the trailer goes in easy by hand. Normally, you wouldn't really want to put the wheel bearings into the water, so you sort of keep the wheels just over half of the wheel above water. But I just want to get the trailer in and not mess around while I'm playing with it, because the lower down the trailer, the deeper the trailer, the easier it will be to get the boat on. The other reason is that there's quite a current pushing the boat across, so these aren't good conditions to get the boat in. So I've got the van hooked up now, so I know the trailer's not going to go anywhere. And you can just see the winch strap is, that's me saying I'm going to get the boat. The winch strap there is already out. Now, what I tend to do is I unwind the winch strap and then I sort of clip it to the right at the end of the trailer, and that makes it very easy to grab and clip onto the towing eye of the boat. As you can see, the conditions here, look how the boat wants to swing out quite quickly. So I've got two lines on the boat today, one on the stern, which is stopping her from swinging out. Otherwise, she would just swing out and be out of control. And one on the bow, which, I'm using to sort of direct the bow. Be careful not to hit the boat onto the trailer like that, because that'll only scratch and damage the boat. And there you go, you see. You can see how quickly the stern swung round there due to the high current. So I'm going to try this again. But, the reason I'm leaving this sort of cock up there in the video is look how easy it is with one person and two lines to get the boat straight and back on track. It's a big old dinghy, but she's still a small boat in terms of the boat. You can see I've struggled so much here that I've actually decided to sort of just hook that stern line to the back there. The conditions were quite bad, actually. And now it's just given me that little bit of extra control. There we go. You need to make sure you've got a good 10-meter line onto the stern of the boat so it reaches. And there we go. I've grabbed the winch line and onto the towing eye. So once that's on, I'm just checking the hull there for a scratch here. But once that's on, you've done half the job. Now all I now need to do is keep that stern from swinging out. And as you can see, I've actually got my lines the wrong way. My left hand, the line is right at the end there. So I'm unable to currently let go of that. So what I have to do here is try and kind of tie that off if I can. So you can see I'm kind of using my initiative. I don't think there's an attachment there. I'm just tying it through the grill of the pontoon or the jetty, and I'm just making do here. So I'm able to control the stern, but the line is a lot closer to me now. This is not a textbook recovery of your boat. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, watching this through again now, some months later, I'm sort of grimacing and now realizing where a couple of scratches on my bow came from. But look, it's under control. Nothing's going to go wrong. It's under control. And what I'm trying to do, there we go, is get that bow. As soon as that bow is locked into that swinging cradle, she's not going to go anywhere. And all I need to do now is just wind the strap, so I can just get her on board. And once she's up a little way, here we go. You're watching me rush to it now. But once she's up a little way and just presenting herself into the swinging cradle at about the point where the strap goes taut, so nearly there. So we've got the strap caught. There we go. You can see the wind today is quite high as well. There we go. Now we're winding. And once that goes tight there, you'll see the stern of the boat just come into line. She just behaves herself. And there we go. Can you see? She swings round and she should, in theory, if you've got everything set up correctly, she should just come straight onto the trailer, nice and straight. So here we are. She's nice and straight. The strap is taut and she just then comes onto the trailer. Now, if you've got everything set up correctly on the trailer, she will come up straight, and you just make sure that that bow hits that little roller in the middle there and she comes up straight. Now, I have had a few problems with the trailer. It has taken a little while just to tweak it, but and you'll also notice the boot of my van's open, which will hit the forestay. But other than that, that's not a bad first attempt at recovering the boat. So here we are, boots closed, boat's right on the trailer as it would be as you arrive to a jetty or a slipway, and we're going to put her back into the water. Sorry about the camera angle here. The drone obviously wasn't brilliant at tracking me. It may have been the wind, I'm not sure. But here we go. So I'm just setting the lines up again, getting both lines so I've got control of the boat. But in this case, I'm actually getting that stern line and I'm just tying it off. So I know that she's just not going to go anywhere. I know that that stern is going to be at best 4 or 5 meters away from me. And what I'm doing now, I'm picking up the bow line. I'm loosening the boat strap, the trailer strap a little bit. And then all I really do at this point is push her off the trailer and she should just slide into the water. And there you go. You see her just sliding pretty effortlessly. You can see the hubs of the trailer actually aren't particularly underwater. The trailer's literally 4 or 5 inches in the water. There you go. You see that current taking the stern off. The other issue I've got here, I think I got the strap caught again in those rollers, which was a little bit annoying. Or did I actually... I actually didn't take the strap out the eye. Now, I don't like doing things like that. I like to have control of the front of the boat, and I just, I take the strap off the eye straight the way. You can control her and use the strap to have a controlled exit off the trolley, but you very rarely need that. You can see here that stern line has kind of just kept her in check. I'm actually a bit shocked at how quickly she wants to drift off. Bala may be a lake, but she doesn't have some strong currents in her on the wrong day. And of course, the hull is, it's a lot of windage on the Lugger hull. Anyway, I've got both lines, got the boat under full control. I'm actually going to pull her all the way around and put her on the end of the jetty. Just is a better place for her. The boat will contend with the wind and the waves a little bit better there. Oh, the drone's decided to sort of start tracking me again. And there we are, moored up, safe as sound.
Right, just been chatting to another fellow lugger owner over there, and spent the best part of an hour sort of messing around with stuff like new little stoves and stuff, as you do. But one thing we also did was he's just helped me get the rollers completely done. So we had to adjust these back into the top hole here, and then we moved them out, I think a little bit out more. I've realised this V on the swinging cradle is actually so you can adjust the height a little bit. Now these rollers are just how they should be, just not really taking any weight. But if you look at the boat, when you rock it now, the trailer rocks, not the boat. And we spent a good hour just getting the keel band on those middle rollers, as you can see in the middle. Now these rollers, we've actually put them back in where they were because they don't go anywhere else. If you put them inside here, the wheels just get stuck on them inside and it just puts too much pressure on. But if you look at them, look, that one's not so bad, having a little bit of weight. But look, you can turn the roller there, and we're going to go around here, and you can turn the rollers here. All they're designed to do is stop the boat rocking, and they're fine. And of course these ones here are fine as well. So one trailer done.